Politics by the Numbers. This is John Hope Bryant, founder and chairman and CEO of Operation Hope and the Bryant Group Companies and the Promise Homes Company founder. I'm an entrepreneur and author. Also just wrote this book Up From Nothing. You haven't got it, you need to get it. It's about mindset. So let me get into this because normally I stay real clear of anything that looks like, even that looks like partisan politics. I want Operation Hope, Hope Global Forum, all the stuff we're doing to be a big tent, whether it's not about Republican or Democrat or black or white or rich or poor or urban or rural. It's about solving poverty. It's about helping poor people. It's about helping struggling folks. As I've said, there are good, well-intentioned people who are Democrats, well-intentioned people who are Republicans. I want everybody to feel like they have a voice. We can disagree without being disagreeable. I've advised Republican and Democratic presidents. And some folks I like and some folks I respect and some folks I like and respect and some people I don't like and I don't respect. And I typically don't deal with those folks because you can't trust them. But I have separated my emotions my whole life from the business of moving this country forward or moving my people forward or whatever the agenda is. At least I've tried. And hopefully you've recognized that in everything I've done. Today is likewise not a partisan conversation, but there's so many people in pain and anguishing over this political situation. And of course, Atlanta, Georgia is once again the moral center for the country. It was after the Civil War, the March to the Sea, the last battle that really broke the Confederate Army happened here in Atlanta. The March to the Sea will pass right by my house where we are now in southern Atlanta. And of course, civil rights movement happened here in Atlanta. My mentor, Ambassador Andrew Young, is around the corner. Dr. King's most senior aide in the civil rights movement. Hank Aaron's around the corner, the King family. It's just an incredible place to live. And now, once again, it's in the center of the American discussion. But my friends are anguishing about just this political situation where we find ourselves in. They're confused. They can't sleep. They're depressed. And I just wanted to clear the fog. So, okay, I framed it for 2.5 minutes. Let me get into it. People are like, okay, John, can you get to the point? We get it. All right. So here it is. And but I wanted to really make it clear. I am not jamming anybody up. I'm just going to tell you the way I see it. And to me, this is I like math because it doesn't have an opinion, according to my friend Melody Hobson, who's brilliant. By the way, Melody, I'll give you quote for that, credit for that quote 3 or 4 more times in his mind. Just kidding. But I like just being objective. And here's my objective analysis. And feel free to disagree in the comments, right? But if you're going to be disagreeable, let it be respectful disagreement. Anybody who's saying cursing, calling people names, whatever, you're going to be deleted, all right? I don't do that. You can disagree with me. That's the American way. That's the world way. Okay. I might even learn something from you. So what's going on now? Our current president, Mr. Trump, he's not a Democrat, but he was. Yes, he was at a certain time. He's not a Republican. He's a Democrat. He's about himself. He's made it absolutely clear. I'm not saying anything that's not obvious. I'm just making it clear so hopefully the light comes on in your head so you understand everything else I'm about to say. He's not a Republican. He's not a Democrat. I would say I'm from the Get It Done party, right? But he and that's not a political party. I'm saying I like this moving things forward with both parties, within, whoever's of goodwill and wants to move it forward. And I've said my ideal politician has a Republican head and a Democratic heart. I've said that on TV. But Mr. Trump is neither. He's neither a Democrat or a Republican. He's a Donaldcrat. He's about himself. And that can be very dangerous. Personality-driven anything. About, something's about me. The adoration, attention, focus on me is always a dangerous thing. Versus it being, if you're a politician, about the we. Okay, now let me say why this is important. So he lost this election. He knows it. Okay. He's smart enough to know he lost this election. He's crafty enough to know he lost the election. But he also wants a plan B for himself. And he's concerned about what he's going to do and what's going to happen with him in 2021. I think rightfully so. So he's trying to buy some time. And the way you buy some time, if you're the president and you've been elected, voted out of office, and you are concerned about the future, is you say, I may run in 2024, which he did almost instantly when Fox News and all the other newscasts, CNN, everybody, NBC, everybody said, you know, it looks like Biden's going to be the next president. He immediately said, I may run in 2024. Translation, I'm not an also ran. I'm not gone. I'm going to haunt anybody who thinks that they can write me off. You got another thing coming. Then he reminded his base, and I'm talking about the elected officials now. People saying, why aren't Republicans saying anything? Why aren't Republicans showing their voice? Here's why. They're afraid. They're being bullied. And they, just like we've been bullied for 4 years, they've been bullied. And they've been bullied by the reminder that he had 70 million legitimate votes. Hear me now. I'm saying his votes are legitimate. 70 million legitimate votes. That's significant. It's huge and needs to be respected. But he uses it as a bludgeon. Okay. He also reminds them that he's got 85 million Twitter followers. And I think the only person who's got more than him, I think it's President Obama has 126 million or something like that Twitter followers. But on the Republican side, I think he's the largest. So he's basically saying, look, if you don't listen to what I'm saying, and at that moment he was saying voter fraud or whatever was going to get everybody to stop the vote and stop whatever, the chaos. He's saying to everybody on the Republican side, you need to back my bid for saying that there was fraud in this election. And if you don't, you're going to pay, which is what he essentially has been doing his whole life, right? You know, if you don't back me, you don't support me, I'm going to call you an idiot. I'm going to make you pay. I'm going to turn my viciousness on you. I'm going to bully you, just like the little bully on the playground. You know, when I grew up, there was a bully in the playground, and he bullied everybody. But when I popped him in the nose in the 6th grade, he just went away. He didn't come back. I'm not suggesting you pop the president in the nose, by the way. I've learned in my life to talk without being offensive, listen without being defensive, and always leave even your adversary with their dignity. If you don't, they'll spend the rest of their life trying to make you miserable. It becomes personal. So he's a bully, and he's bullying the Republican Party, and they're afraid of him. And so they said, fine, file your court cases. And the calculation is this: let the courts tell the president no, not us being Republicans. Let the and if that doesn't work, let the certification of the states, which will happen for those states that matter most, November. So by the way, I made this clear on the numbers. Biden won. The Biden ticket won on the math without question, and not in one state. Georgia maybe contested, whatever, right? But you got Arizona, you got Nevada, you've got Wisconsin, and you've got Pennsylvania by a wide margin. This is done, and everybody who's smart knows it's done. And if there was some error somewhere, it is infinitesimally small. So this is done. It's over. The math is in. So the Republicans are saying, let the courts just tell them no. We don't want to tell them no. We don't want them attacking us. If that doesn't work, he's still on his rampage. Let the certification, which is going to happen end of November, early December, on the outside. If that doesn't work, let the Electoral College tell him no. But one way or another, this will be over, let's say, mid-December. If he wanted to really fight it, because he needs more time maybe, then he can push it into January. But by early January, one way or another, this is done, all right? So in the meantime, there's all the stuff going on in the Republican National Committee and concerns about his family wanting to take it over. But there's a lot of shifting at the RNC. So in typical Mr. Trump format, he's talking with you with the left hand and doing something else while you're distracted with the right hand. And what he's doing with the right hand, and I don't know what it is. I have no idea what it is. I told you the RNC stuff only because it was done in plain sight with shifting of staff there, is he's looking for a new power base for his family and protection for his family and for himself. And he's doing all this to give him some time. Okay. And so what the media, I'm almost done. What the media could do right now is just say to everybody, hey, everybody, just go about your life. Okay. Everything's going to be fine. Let's get back to this in mid-December. Go to work, work out, whatever, take care of your family. But these are good ratings. And I'm talking about everybody, all media outlets, right? Democrat, Republican, conservative, liberal, neutral. They're getting incredible ratings, and they're educating the public too on the process, which is a good thing. So they want you glued to the TV, and it's a good education. So every 20 minutes is an update. and you're paranoid and you're freaked out, but just consider it education versus immediate news flashes. This is over. It's done. All right. Love and light. I hope this helps. Peace. And this democracy is going to be, once again, the envy of the world. The democracy has spoken. You had this guy who majored in divisiveness, and we saw how that worked or didn't. And now we are pitting. And where else in the world can this happen? Where else can you have this experiment? Typically, when you go down this road, it's just over, right? And the place just spirals out of control. But in America, a beacon of freedom, the people, you're the royalty, you're the boss. You actually decide what actually happens. And we've got to find a way, by the way, at the end of all this, to bridge back to our brothers and sisters on both sides of the aisle. We need healing now. We need to be one America, one again. My work, I'm going to go to rural America. I'm going to try to help my poor white brothers and sisters. We are all in this mess together. You take no pleasure from the fact there's a hole in my end of our boat. Love and light. That's why I call it civil rights. It's not about red or blue or black or white, or rich or poor, or urban or rural. It's about everybody wants some more green. All right, peace and light. God, money won't solve all your problems or make you happy, but it's a nice place to start. That and wealth creation. And wealth creation starts within you. Love and light. Let me know if this helps.